It is Friday morning, and that means it's time for the first federal program, joined by Todd Van Sickle, Tanner Lee, and some nice folks from the Fulton County Dog Park. Morning, Todd.
Thank you, Paul. Todd Van Sickle here. Yes, we do have Ashley Burrus and Adrienne Thompson with us today, talking about Fulton County Dog Park. We'll get more into that, about the right name and where it's at, and some details that everybody should know about what's happening. Some exciting things happening in the county.
Yes, there are.
Your weather forecast was still cold again, Paul. Not blaming you, but...
Till Sunday,
yeah.
And then we break 30s, and I'm excited for that.
You've heard of the rock group Three Dog Night, probably, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know how they got their name?
How?
They're from Canada, and it was so cold. It's not just one dog. It's not two dogs, but it's a three-dog night to keep them warm.
Ah, that's interesting.
That kind of sets up our theme today. We're going to be talking about dogs.
Yeah.
Good news from the Indiana State Department of Health. They moved Fulton County up to the yellow status with county metrics and the advisory, so progress still keeps being made. Encourage everybody to continue wearing their masks and social distance and avoiding large groups. Moving up to yellow allows county residents to participate in larger social gatherings. That's good news too. So there's progress being made with the vaccine too. More of that being out. It may got delayed a little bit this week because of some weather issues, but there's still almost 1 million people in Indiana that have been vaccinated, so that's great.
Absolutely.
Yesterday was some big historical news with space.
Yes.
The NASA Perseverance rover safely landed on Mars about 4 o'clock yesterday. It was only a 300 million mile journey.
Only.
And I think they did it in 6 months. That's just amazing to me.
That is. I know I saw some video from the command center after it landed where everybody's jumping up out of their chairs, and it was really nice to see them get that excited.
And listening to the news on this too, because of the COVID pandemic, it made it a little more difficult with them working together in teams trying to get this done. So Perseverance is a long name, so of course they've nicknamed it Percy. Makes sense.
There we go.
They'll do a lot of things on Mars, interesting things. It's internet connected, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So they're listening to the show right now on Mars.
Well, I sure hope so.
Okay, good.
I mean, as long as you got an internet connection, you can hear us anywhere.
They'll be doing some sound recording from Mars. They plan on taking samples that someday in the approximately 2030s, they expect the U.S. to come there and pick up those samples and bring them back. And there's a drone on there also.
Yeah, I was interested to see how the drone's going to work on Mars.
So they're looking for life or remnants of life on Mars. So that's kind of exciting. If you're a space geek and follow those things, plenty of websites where you can see simulations of what they're doing. And with the former rovers that were there, I mean, some of them are still broadcasting. I mean, many years after they expected them to cease working. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So you'll see some great pictures on there. So check that out on some websites. Unfortunately, the winter weather is still causing some problems in the southern United States. We're adapting here pretty well. Just listening to the news this morning, heard several numbers, but approximately 10 million people in Texas are under boil water orders.
Yep.
I didn't really think about that. Boil water order. How do you boil water? You need a heat source typically, right?
Yes.
Well, there's 400,000 homes without power. So that's kind of a bad situation. We need to keep them in our thoughts and prayers on everybody in the South that may be suffering from that. So
I saw an interesting way of how to do that, and I don't know if it came from Texas, but I saw some pictures on Facebook of they set pots of water up on cans, stuck a candle under it, and lit the candle.
okay.
So I'm sure it takes a little bit longer, but eventually it'll boil, and I think that's how they're going to stay compliant with that.
It's our ingenuity, right?
Yes.
Trivia today. Since we're talking about dogs and dog parks, I'm going to give you 3 guesses of when the first dog park was founded in the United States. A, 1969. B, 1979. C, 1989.
Okay.
We got, 69, 79, 89, so...
Yeah. I'll have to
Got some
think
good
about it
guesses
throughout
there.
the show and hopefully come up with some good numbers and get it right.
I'm sure you'll do a good job. You always get these right anyway. I don't know where these come from, but you do a great job.
Lucky guesses.
We're going to have Tanner Lee on with sports. One good thing I saw from their newscast earlier, the number 13 2A Zebras are in action tonight, right, Tanner?
Yes, that is right. Big TRC matchup tonight with the Peru Tigers. Peru did suffer their first conference loss last week. Rochester's still undefeated in conference play, so this has title implications on the line tonight. So,
Yeah.
I presume
Yep. We'll
three
have
games, same time as always.
Always. Yep.
And you can also watch that on RTC Channel 4 if you have RTC cable. So, Tippecanoe New Valley's in action tonight at Triton. Valley's got a 6-12 record going into that game. Triton's 13-4. Should be a good one there. Caston's with their 6-13 record host LaVille, who's 11-7. And Winmac with their 5-13 record host Pioneer, who is 6-10. So all local area teams in action tonight. So good luck to everybody and safe travels to those games.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Tippecanoe Valley's Baisley Owens, sophomore wrestler, who is going to be competing in the IHSA state finals today.
Yes. Best of luck.
Yes, finished fourth at the East Chicago Central Semi-State last week, and today he faces a wrestler. I didn't put his name down. I know the guy is a senior and he's undefeated.
Ooh.
So he's going to have his work cut out for him, but he's only a sophomore. That's quite an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment to make state at any time, but
Right.
particularly as a sophomore. So,
Yeah. And hey, just think, as a sophomore, if he makes it next year, he's not going to have to worry about this guy who's a senior.
Exactly. So good experience for him. Congratulations to him and best of luck today. Got some local college sports. Purdue, Indiana, Butler, and Notre Dame all in action this weekend. So if you're inside trying to stay warm and you like college basketball, there's plenty of to choose from to watch this weekend. Purdue's going to be at Nebraska tomorrow. That game's at 5:30 on the Big Ten Network. First time they've played Nebraska this year. Their first matchup when they were supposed to play, Nebraska had some COVID issues, so they had to postpone the game. I don't know if they're going to make that game up. That game was supposed to be at Purdue. Looking at the schedule, they only have about 2 more weeks of games.
Yeah.
I don't know where they could fit it in unless it's on Monday, and it hasn't been announced yet, and it's Friday, so
Yeah.
that one might just be forgotten about. But that game is tomorrow at 5:30, like I said, on the Big Ten Network. Indiana coming off a much-needed win over Minnesota. They host Michigan State tomorrow, who Purdue just beat earlier this week. That game's at noon on ESPN. Michigan State's in dire need of any sort of win right now, but I'm thinking this Michigan State team's just kind of folded. They're kind of, I don't know, something's off there with them this year. I'm not sure what it is, but should be a good one tomorrow. Butler is at Xavier. That game's on Sunday at 7 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. Butler's kind of struggling this year with a 7-12 record. Xavier's really strong with an 11-4 record this year. But it's an in-conference matchup. You never know what's going to happen. And Notre Dame, with their 9-10 record, travels to Syracuse, who's got a record of 12-6. That game's tomorrow at 2 p.m. on the ACC Network. So, plenty of basketball to watch this weekend.
Yeah.
We're only, I think, 3 weeks from Selection Sunday.
Ooh.
So, we're getting close to March Madness. It's
Ooh. Yeah.
every day's getting closer. So.
Sectional draw for the boys is this weekend, too.
Yep.
Come to think of
Yep.
it.
That's
And
right.
we'll have a sectional preview show Monday evening.
Postseason basketball, there's not much better. So
Yeah.
we're getting there. And the Indianapolis Colts made some news yesterday. They got themselves a new quarterback in Carson Wentz, who was formerly the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. I thought it was a pretty good trade for the Colts, and since they didn't give much up.
No,
They
they
gave
didn't.
a 2021 third-round pick and a conditional 2022 second-round pick that could turn into a first. But it sounded like the Eagles were looking for at least 1, if not 2, first-round picks for him. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Time will tell who made the right move, who comes out prettier.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so Carson Wentz, new quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah. Interested to see how he does.
Got some tidbits here this morning. Not too many. There wasn't too many interesting things that have happened on February 19th over time. But on this day in 1985, Cherry Coke was introduced by the Coca-Cola Company.
Okay.
Now this is when they started introducing the bottles and the cans.
Right.
I think the flavor was out there a little before that, but
Yes.
it's still going strong today, of course. And on this day in 2019, just 2 years ago, Manny Machado agreed to the biggest free agent contract in American sports history, a 10-year, $300 million contract with the San Diego Padres. And I bring that up because the Padres were in the news on Wednesday as they gave Fernando Tatis Jr., one of their really stud young players, a 14-year, $340 million contract extension. 14-year, $340 million. So it just baffles me because San Diego's considered a small market team in baseball, and they're throwing out this sort of
Contracts
cash.
like that,
So
yeah.
they're all in. That's for sure. There's no question
Yeah.
about that.
Definitely.
Today's International Tug of War Day. It's also National Friend Day, National Tartar Sauce Day, and National Chocolate Mint Day. Don't know how all those relate, if they even do, but that's what we got.
I don't know. The only thing I can come up with is grab your best friend and eat some ice cream. Some chocolate mint ice cream. That's all I
Ice
got.
cream's always good even when it's 5 degrees outside.
Yeah.
But I don't want tartar sauce on that ice cream though, okay?
Maybe on a fish sandwich.
Yeah, that makes sense, but not the midnight chocolate mint ice cream.
No.
Thank you, Tanner.
You're welcome.
Got some upcoming events in the near future. The Fulton County Junior Achievement is hosting its annual bowling fundraiser, Play for JA, on Sunday, February 28th. Team registration is $40. It can be done online or by sending an entry form to Junior Achievement at P.O. Box 283 or call Beth Miller at 574-551-4698. That's Beth Miller, 574-551-4698, or beth.miller@ja.org. That's a good event coming up for them to raise money.
Yeah.
Also, next week in most of our local schools, it's National FFA Week. So it's National FFA Week. So support your local schools. Most of them have some events going on. Probably not as public as they used to be with the pandemic, but check out your local school for that. There's always a lot of people involved with that, and it's a great way to support the local schools. I have a milestone to announce today. I'm on the board and the chairperson of the Fulton County United Way campaign, and have some great news. Fulton County United Way, thanks to our community and a lot of support from people like WROI, the Community Foundation, have exceeded their goal for this year for fundraising with an amount of $104,000. The goal was $100,000. It's the first time that's been met in numerous years, so that's great. Special thanks go out to Rochester Metal Products employees. They had an employee campaign and raised a great amount of money. And First Federal Savings Bank, the employees raised a great amount of money there. But it takes the whole community to do this, and thank you to the community. It's great news for our local citizens. The United Way Board will be meeting with the local agencies in the next month and allocating funds. So what we thought was going to be kind of a troublesome year with the pandemic, we've actually raised more money than we have in several years before, so that's awesome. So that's a great milestone.
Absolutely.
And thanks to WROI, too. They've been a good supporter of this and allowing Jenny Moriarty, the executive director, on several times and doing some public service announcements. And thanks to the Community Foundation. They're a big supporter, too. It's a great partnership in our community, and we want to thank our local citizens for helping out. Flowers. All the snow out here. We want to thank our county crews, city workers, and everyone who's had to battle the cold and snow this week to help others get to work and travel safely. And same thing for people in neighborhoods that are shoveling their walks to allow kids to get to the school bus and go out for the daily walks, things like that. And also flowers to anybody else that has to work outside now too, because it's brutal out there now if you spend a whole day out there. So congratulations to our county, city workers, and everybody who helped make it easy to get to work and get to the store when we need to. Business news. The Dow's kind of had an up and down week, just like usual. Like Dick Belcher says, it's going to go up and it's going to go down. Yesterday it finished at about 31,500, down a little bit. Minutes from the Federal Reserve's January policy meeting basically said that they are still concerned about pandemic and it can cause risk to the economy. And they still support keeping interest rates low, which is great for everybody. And First Federal Savings Bank, we're here to finance your mortgage, and rates are great right now. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. So if you're interested in refinancing your home or buying a new home, rates now are still at a kind of an all-time low, so that's great. Then also the Federal Reserve still wants to help boost the economy and help millions of Americans regain their jobs. Have kind of a Quiz Insider thing today, trivia for you, Paul.
Uh-oh.
J.D. Power released their 2021 vehicle dependability study based on brand. And what they did is they looked at cars from 2018 and how they performed over the 3 years. I've got a list of 6 here. I bet you can guess a couple of them. Why don't you try that, Paul?
Ford. Chevy.
No Ford Chevy on that list.
Really? Toyota.
Yes.
Subaru.
No. You're doing real pretty well, though. You get Toyota, you'll get Lexus because that's kind of a luxury brand.
Yeah, Toyota, Lexus.
Your Porsche is one of them.
Really?
Do you have a Porsche?
No.
Neither do I.
I mean, I have a Lego Porsche. Does that count?
Yeah, I had a Hot Wheels Porsche at one time.
Yeah.
And then Buick and Cadillac. So that's on the
okay.
J.D. Power 2021 vehicle dependency list, the dependability list.
Well, congratulations to them because some of those names I wouldn't have guessed.
Those names we'll never buy either, right?
Yeah.
So that's the money news now. Moving on to First Federal Savings Bank. I want to remind everybody our lobbies are open now. We've been open several weeks now after closing temporarily during the holidays for the pandemic. We're open from 8:30 to 5 today and tomorrow from 8:30 to noon. You can always bank with us online. Use our mobile app, which is free to download. Our ATM's open 24/7 if you need cash. You have access to over 32,000 ATMs across the country if you're out traveling with our MoneyPass network. So if you need cash, it's there for you, and we're here at the bank there for you with our offices are open. If you have a special need, you might call and get an appointment, so that way we can make sure that we can meet your needs, but we're happy to serve you, and that's what we're here for. We also offer insurance services. You can look at our website to get more information about that. Residential real estate lending is our kind of our mainstay, and with rates being low, we have lots of great products. We have a one-step construction loan that is very popular. We have a premier first-time home buyer loan, and our loan originators Ben Dalton and Stacy Wilson are happy to help you out. So in Rochester or Winnemac. So if you have any questions or concerns, call the bank, and we'll be happy to help you out with your home mortgage needs. We also offer 2 types of free checking accounts, one for retail consumers and one for business. Those are free accounts, and when you open a new checking account, you get a free gift, a vegetable chopper or a bank water bottle that's a stainless steel bottle that's very good to keep beverages cold and hot when you need them, and might be good to carry your coffee in day or hot chocolate.
Yes.
We also offer commercial business loans, small business loans. Lindy Breeden can help you out. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. In fact, this show will be posted on our YouTube channel later this morning. We're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest, just the best. I'm talking about lending. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 39927.
And that makes us legal.
Great. I want to welcome our guests today, Ashley Burrus and Adrienne Thompson from the Fulton County Dog Park, Bark Park. Welcome today. Glad you could join us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you got involved with this and some details about what's happening with your project.
All right. Well, I'm Adrienne Thompson, and I'm from Rochester. A little bit about myself. I just had my first child.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, 7.5 months ago, but
That's still new.
Yeah, he's still little.
Getting any sleep?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes, he's a good sleeper. So, and we got our first fur baby 3 years ago, and her name is Nellie. So I'll let Ashley talk a little bit about herself.
That's your other family member, right?
Yeah.
I'm Ashley Burrus. I am the Vice President at Airmarking. My husband and I also own Roadstar Driving School here in town. I'm actually expecting my third child.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. Adrienne and I became a part of the Fulton County Leadership Academy class of 2020. We still haven't graduated yet because of COVID, right, Tanner? He's part of our class
Tanner's in
too.
that group also,
Yes.
and thank you for being involved with that. I was involved with Fulton County Leadership, and Mark Kepler does a great job with that. And I'm sure there'll be plans to help you get back into that when the time's right with COVID, but I know part of the Fulton County leadership is everybody picks a community project. So tell us about your community project.
So we, yeah, like you said, when we were in the Leadership Academy, we break off into groups and then we pick like a project. So the 5 of us, there's Ashley and I, and then Emerald Blankenship, Jenny Zartman, and Brian Boland. We decided that we had a passion for dogs, and so we came up with the Fulton County Bark Park. And it so happened that Mark is on the park board.
Great.
And so he kind of linked us to Bill Walsh, and we got connected with them. And so the Fulton County Parks and Recreation had acquired some land off of old US 31 and
And 450.
yeah, 450
So
north.
that's north of town, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They acquired 60 acres from the county. So there's a 60-acre park out there. It's called Richland Restoration Nature Park. And Mark said, hey, we have some land out there that we aren't using. We think it would be great for a dog park. You know, it's been in discussion for a while. But now that you guys have a project and you guys want to go forward with it, let's talk about maybe putting it out there. So,
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mark was a huge help. Bill Walsh has been a huge help for us. So we are excited to get it going, and hopefully it happens this year.
So that's the plan, to try to get it up and running this year.
Yeah.
What's starting a dog park entail? How do you go about doing that? And what needs do you have and resources that you need?
Well, the first step would be getting the fence. That's
Yeah.
obviously
Okay,
our
yeah.
first step. We have the land. They're letting us use their land, but getting a fence. And so we are asking for donations, which we are about $10,000 to $11,000 is what we've received so far. But the fence is about $22,000. So we're still looking for about $12,000 to get our fence out there. We haven't really gone crazy with fundraising just because of COVID. We were, kind of put on hold for a little bit. But if we can get that money this spring, we're hoping the fence can be in early May is what we're aiming
That's great.
for.
So how big will the fenced-in area be, approximately?
It's going to be about 250 by 250.
Okay.
So we're going to have a large dog and
That's
a
great.
small dog. So,
Okay.
those small dogs aren't scared of the big dogs coming in there. But it'll be double gated, so then we don't have to worry about dogs escaping
That's awesome.
type thing. Yeah.
So is there any dog park nearby us right now?
Akron
Okay.
has one, yeah.
Okay.
So
That's great for the Rochester and Fulton County community to have that. And working with the county park board is awesome, and they gave you the land, and you're raising money for the fencing. If somebody is interested in donating, how would they do that?
Yeah, so we have a P.O. Box. It's actually the Friends of the Fulton County Parks. It's P.O. Box 462. You can send in any money donations you'd like. We also have a Facebook page. Fulton County Bark Park is where you can find us. Our email address is fultoncobarkpark@gmail.com. We've had a lot of people reach out to us on Facebook. Hey, we're interested in helping. We don't have the funds right now. How can we help you? So we're going to have a cleanup day out there. Anybody that wants to volunteer their time, we would love to have them when we do go to that day.
Have you been out in the area so far?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not in today's weather, but of course. But
Yeah, we actually have it staked out there where the fence will be.
okay.
So you can kind of, when you walk out, whoa, that's a huge area for a dog park. But we just want to make sure dogs can run, dogs can throw a frisbee off of a leash. So that's
Okay.
the main thing. And we'll have benches that, the owners can sit down, talk with a friend, watch their dog, go out on their lunch break.
Well, that's a great project, and thank you for being involved with that. I know through Fulton County Leadership, they do lots of great projects. How has that experience been for you so far with the Fulton County Leadership?
it's been great. Like we said, the whole pandemic kind of got in the way, but really we've stuck together and we're still trying to make our project happen. And I would say we're pretty happy with the results. We are happy with the results
yeah,
that
you
we've
have
had.
something-
Yeah.
Something on paper and staked out that can be real, so that's good. So
And the outreach of the community has been awesome. Like Ashley said, we've had several people ask, what can we do to help? And so we're excited to get everything started.
we're talking with Ashley Burrus and Adrienne Thompson about the Fulton County Bark Park, and they've stepped up to the plate through Fulton County Leadership Academy and started a project to make a bark park. I've seen some bark parks in the country, and they may have like obstacle courses, things like that, or are you planning something like that for this, or?
Yeah, we right now, like we said, our biggest goal is the fence because we wanted just to have a wide open area for dogs to run. We would like to get some agility in there and stuff like that.
We also, businesses in the area that maybe that's something that they could donate to us, or, make agility part of the agility course, and if they, sell it at their cost or something.
So you're looking for a sponsorship or something?
Yeah, we would love it. I mean,
benches
agility is
and
not on our top of our list because obviously we want to get the Bark Park open first. But yeah, agility is definitely something we want to add in the small dog and the large dog area.
And you're targeting this summer for having that open. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, will you have volunteers like installing the fence, or are you going to contract that out, or how do you?
We have decided to contract that out.
Okay, that's
So
good.
yeah. We've got somebody very interested that wants to do the fence for us, and he's, we're doing like a middle grade fence, 6 foot, so we don't have to worry about hopefully dogs jumping over it. There's also going to be a bar at the bottom, so hopefully the digging, they can't get out that way either.
So you've thought a lot about this.
Yeah,
Have you visited some other dog parks to kind of come up with your planning on this?
We have seen the Akron one. We are going to be probably 3 to 4 times bigger than the Akron one. They also have a good one in Napanee.
I was going to say Napanee. We looked into that one.
We haven't been there. We need to take probably a road trip, but we've seen lots of pictures on their Facebook page, and it's really nice. And it draws the attraction, draws the eye to the fence, and draws the eye to the area. So hopefully that's what we can go off of.
So one of the ways the community can help out now is by donating.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us what the address is and the Facebook page again, please?
Yep, so if you want, it's Fulton County Bark Park, and it's the P.O. Box of the Friends of the Fulton County Parks. P.O. Box 462, Rochester, Indiana, 46975. We also have an email address, fultoncobarkpark@gmail.com. And then we also have our Facebook page, Fulton County Bark Park. So if you'd like to reach out to us, you can send us an email or send us a message on Facebook.
And Adrienne, you said you're a dog owner.
Yes, I have a dog as well. He will
Might as well
be
talk about your family members.
6, yes. Laker is our dog, obviously, Laker fans. But yeah, I've taken him to Akron. We've ran around a little bit, but it's just hard in the community when you don't have an area that you can just let him run. We do have a fenced-in backyard, but, for him to have social gathering with other dogs, it would be nice just to have that area up there on it's old US 31 and County Road 450 North.
So it's right just outside of town, so it's going to be very convenient and centrally located for everybody in Fulton County, and that's awesome.
And it's not going to be a noise ordinance for anybody in town. Somebody, if they have dogs and there's barking going on, then they don't have to worry about that north of town.
It seems like you've thought about a lot of things just like that, for example. What are some other considerations you had in helping get this project started? Noise ordinances, fencing heights, you've done a lot of good work with that.
Talked about like the digging thing.
Yeah. The double gate's a great idea too, because
double gate.
having been a dog owner, sometimes, great as your dog is, when you open that gate, they see freedom and they go, right? So a double gate.
Or there's a dog running at you trying to get out as well. So we definitely need to use that double gate.
And just keeping in mind that there are a lot of pet owners out there that love their dogs and maybe just don't have anywhere to let them run.
Right.
So it's not only good for the dog, but the family to get outside, have somewhere to go. So that's.
So I assume you'll also have like trash receptacles and dog bags and things like
We'll
that.
have a pooper scooper out there for you to pick up and take care of the dog waste. We also will have some rules in place. You don't have to be a member; it's free to anybody in the community. But we would like to have your dogs, updated on their vaccines.
That's great.
Yes, so that'll be listed on the rules. We won't have you, carry them around a show, but if you are going to bring your dog out there, make sure that they're healthy and well for the other dogs that they'll be playing
It's
with.
just a common courtesy just for the other, keep that social distancing.
Yes.
all that safe, right?
Yes.
Amazing how it's gone down to dog parks now, too.
I know, it
And
is.
making sure the rules for vaccinations is a good thing just to help keep everybody safe. Well, we thank you for your time today, Adrienne and Ashley. Anything else you want to add this morning to us about the dog park to get more excitement in the community or anything?
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
having
thank
us.
you.
I mean,
No problem.
we do have, like I said, our Facebook page, so if you are interested in helping us, just reach out, let us know. We will post about when we have a cleanup day out there. And then obviously we'll have our grand opening once the fence is ready to go.
Well, this is great. A new exciting thing coming to Fulton County, and thank you to both of you and other 3 members of your group for working on this. It'll be another asset of our community, which makes Rochester and Fulton County a great place to live. And thank you for making it better.
Thank you
We
very much.
appreciate your work.
Thank you.
So the news about the dog park, that's great. You have a dog, Paul?
Yes, I got 2.
Were you going to go out and use this?
We just might.
We hope so.
So our dog park trivia,
Yes.
1969, 1979, or 1989?
69.
This is the first one you've missed since I've been here. I'm sorry. I
Aw.
feel bad. Tanner's jumping up and down for joy. I can't see that because he's behind the camera. But Olone Dog Park in Berkeley, California.
Really? Okay.
Makes sense. Berkeley would have something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I would have thought they would have done it sooner.
69. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they're too busy doing other things in 69. in Berkeley.
Yeah. Yeah, that they were.
So our dog theme today, we're going to end on some words of wisdom from dogs. From Charles M. Schultz. Tanner offered a suggestion, and then my wife offered this to me last night when we were talking about this. Charles M. Schultz, the cartoonist from Peanuts.
Yep.
Of course, he says, happiness is a warm puppy.
There we go. It is. Very true.
So thank you, Paul. Thank you,
Thank
Adrienne.
you.
Thank you, Ashley. Tanner. Everybody have a great, safe weekend this weekend, and stay warm and be safe out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll see you guys next week.